it revolves around relationships. And it's creating the spaces and inviting communities in to have conversations where they maybe necessarily wouldn't have had them. And the other piece, which I think is really difficult in our society of, go and achieving things, is asking for help. When we don't have all of the resources and they're not there, and I need assistance at the Centre for Newcomers to be able to go out and ask maybe the unusual places, the unusual suspects that I don't usually ask, right? And say, well, I don't know anything about this group, but they seem to be meeting every Wednesday, across from my home or whatever, and they get together. Maybe I can just ask them, this is what we're doing, and having those conversations, creating those spaces, and inviting people in that you never know could end up being people that want to participate in that. Because once you invite somebody in, they become part of the community. Right, and then they start feeling like they belong in terms of wanting to do that, and that goes for anyone, right? So if you're a marginalized community, or if we're a newcomer community and we're trying to work out what that looks like, to be able to invite people that maybe don't identify as that, to come in and say, this is our situation, how do we work on this together? Having the right voices, participate and be able to be there, they're beyond barriers of like unconscious bias and whatever else. There's practical barriers for people that they will cite, right, in terms of needing to work and needing to do these things and not being able to really be there. So I think there's the practical implications that can be a barrier. And it comes down to what your normal is, what you know and what you're used to. And so if we're not creating those spaces for people to interact and get to know each other, like one of the things that I always say is the most important, if you're trying to undo an othering of anything, well, introduce people to each other. Because once you can see that there's something in common, it's much more difficult to say that that person is an other or that person is different than you.